All right, guys, we're at 865 Diesel in Lenore City with my new F250 Tremor. It does have this ridiculous factory paint job from Ford. They're doing this new green color. No, they're not. They're not. If you want to see about this green PPF wrap, watch the prior video on this truck. We'll put it in the end card at the end of this video and down in the description. Guys, this is the truck that I'm not gonna mod.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're talking wheels, we're talking tires, we're talking new, ridiculously expensive. Hopefully it's awesome.
The best
suspension. But hopefully it rides great suspension. The Carli E-Venture, it's ballin', and all the other supporting mods to go with it. We're going to show you just a couple little things that are going on, and then we're going to show you the whole process of it going on, not a how-to, but as it goes on, and then we're going to show this truck off and do dumb stuff with it in this video. I forgot to introduce Chase. This is Chase. He's the man here at 865 Diesel. He's got Dodge trucks. We're gonna forgive that because they do look awesome and they sound awesome and they're lifted awesome. And you can't take a gas vehicle to a regular performance shop. Like once you get a diesel, you're like, I'm in a different class now.
You gotta come to a diesel performance shop to work on a diesel.
Right, even though I'm not doing anything to the motor. Do I get a new like designation on my license because I drive a diesel?
I can get you a certificate.
I need he's gonna get me a certificate.
Ooh, look at those wheels and tires.
AC. Oh, there's wheels and tires.
Look at that.
Dude,
what do you think?
Rarely do you go to upgrade something, they've already got it all mounted up to look at. So like literally, we haven't laid eyes on these yet, other than in a magazine. That's pretty killer. And it is on that's our tires.
Yes, it is.
Big 37, 12.5. This was probably what's gonna get me kicked out of being able to drive this through the automatic car wash. It's gonna be up a little bit too high. This is pretty gnarly.
I really love these bead locks, man, but would this cause water to get trapped in here?
No, so Vision did a really good job with these. These are all water ports all the way around, so no water.
I see that now. So these are little cuts, so water can escape. That's awesome.
So your old wheels didn't have that, and they just sit in there.
And it absolutely adds unwanted weight to that tire. You're gonna get some bounce. This won't happen with this wheel.
Well, we're not gonna race this truck, so
we don't know that yet.
So right here on this pallet, we've got the Carli suspension going on the truck. I mean, this is a ton of parts. We're talking complete leaf springs in the back. Right here is the sexy part. E-Venture shocks. You know, these require an electronic connection that runs up to a controller in the cab. We can control the stiffness, the firmness, the rebound, all that kind of stuff for different settings. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Right here in this box, looks like a couple boxes. We've got the Amp Research steps. We've also got the rest of the wheels and tires over here, ready to go. So,
what does all this cost?
Man, don't worry about it. You gave me the credit card and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's already paid for. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man. It's already paid for. Don't worry about it.
I didn't see these. That feels
pretty
nice.
It's impressive.
It's impressive. It's got a nice weight to it, you know? It hangs right. It just feels good.
Oh my God.
All right, day 1 of 2, this complete tear down. I'm gonna show you the progress. We've already got rear wheels and tires on, leaf springs on. Let me just show you where we're at. So this thing is completely lifted on the frame right now. You got wheels and tires bolted on, and that's travel from these Carli shocks are stretched out as far and extended as far as they can go. New leaf springs, and I'll show you, there's the old ones that come off of a F250 and go on the F250 Tremor. They're super thick, they're super stiff. This thing bounced all over the road. They are a lot thinner and they give you a lot more travel, and you can obviously see that because that's a lot of travel off of the body right there. So they've got the tear down pretty much done in the front. You've got the new Carli springs on for this kit. You've got your Carli shocks going on and mounting up. He's wanting on camera. Give me a dap. I don't blame you, buddy. You've never been on YouTube, have you? All right, so you got your Ford Tremor shocks versus your Carli E-Venture shocks. Quite a stark difference. And then I'm guessing these are Ford springs. And then you got your Carli springs. So we're gonna go up 2.5 inches with that. They've got a lot of other goodies going on here. A lot will change with this sway bar as well. New brake lines, new everything. So that kit is, like we've said, very involved. We'll get you another update on this tomorrow. They're working through the weekend to get this build done. They'll also, like we've said, airbags, steps, so they got to do all the wiring. There's a lot to go. So they do have these steps mocked up already, and this is your Amp Powerstep XL, so it's going to look like we've got a rock slider. Obviously our trimmers were, you know, down here pretty far. They stuck out pretty far, so these are going to have that tighter profile with the truck, and then they drop way down for an XL, so it'll be a lot easier to get in here, especially since we're going up like 2.5 inches. But this is just mocked up. They're not hooked up yet. We'll take a look at those as soon as they're active. Chase and the 865 guys have worked really hard on this overnight, so we've got a ton of progress on the suspension. I'm going to show you all these parts while they're clean and nothing's bent from any hypothetical jumps that might happen. On the tires, we're going to set this thing down in just a second after we show you underneath and show you how far these go up into the wheel well. This is what it would look like in the air if we jumped and had it perfectly flat and the suspension was like all the way down. So if you can just picture it like Dukes of Hazzard style, this would be the jump in the hills part right here. Chase provided me with this. I've never seen a light like this. It's Milwaukee, so I'm about to buy one, but it's kind of like a lightsaber. We'll be able to see what we're looking at here. Let's look at these Carli shocks on the front. So what stands out to me is how thick this actual piston is. This is what goes up in the shock. It is legitimately 3 times thicker and larger than the original trimmer shock. There's nothing bad or wrong with the trimmer shocks, but this right here tells me, jump me, I won't get mad. It's super, super beefy, super thick. These springs are 2.5 inches taller than what the factory springs were, but there's some real cool stuff up front that's really, really thick. I'm gonna let Chase explain what some of these parts are, and I don't understand the significance of how the thickness of this stuff is, but he's in this diesel world all day, every day. It just looks like big, thick pieces of steel to me.
This is the track bar. This is what adjusts the angle from pulling the tire from one side to the other. So we'll do an alignment and everything will be straight and in touch.
How much thicker is that than what we started with?
I'd say 1/2 inch to 1 inch thicker.
Okay, everybody could use an extra 1/2 inch to 1 inch.
Oh yeah.
So the high mount up here, evidently that's a special thing as well.
So yes, it is the high mount. It is raised higher and tucked so you guys won't hit it on anything when you jump.
So this piston on this high mount shock is about the thickness of what came on those trimmer shocks.
Exactly, yes.
And then my sway bar, because this thing, it drove really, really stiff factory. And I'm hearing this is the secret sauce.
It is the secret sauce. So it has the drop down brackets. It has full articulation of when you're bouncing.
So bouncing like, so we have to take it off road, because if you don't, it doesn't ride correctly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to break it in.
Yeah, it has to be, it's for science. The kit did come with aftermarket brake lines as well, so those things are never gonna get punctured no matter how hard we drive this thing. They're longer because of the lift. They're tougher, like everything about them is an upgrade from Carli. These steps right here by Amp, we showed them to you just a second ago in this video, but yesterday they weren't dropped down. So this is with them dropped down, they're being wired in. But come up here and show them this texture. And let me get my light guy. See my light guy? Show my light guy off over here. This is Dayton. This is my little boy. He's turned into a little man, but he's on the lights today. The texture on this is like perfect. It's not gonna rip your leg off like the trimmer steps would or the Raptor steps would, but it definitely is gonna give you the grip you need, and they drop down really low being the XL as compared to the standards. And I think they're gonna hold my big butt from braking. All right, it's time to see this thing on the ground. That is I can tell a big difference. I don't know if you can, just from looking at that. I love poke, and I know that pisses a lot of people off. I've got the whole thing PPF'd, and yeah, I don't have like that rock protector with the trimmer steps anymore, but I don't care if it slings rocks down the side. I like how they stick out. Yeah, the distance that these 12.5 Nittos stick out is perfect. So they've got to get all the wiring finished up, and there's a lot of it because the Carli E-Venture suspension wires up, the Amp steps wire up, the airbags wire up, and they'll have a onboard compressor that'll stay on the truck. And then the E-Venture system, it wires up from the shocks, but that also goes in the cab and has an actual like gauge on the A-pillar. That's what held us up on getting this kit sooner. They'll wrap that up and they'll show it to you here in just a second. This just came in. This was the pod I was telling you about, so it's gonna actually bolt in up in the A-pillar right there to the left of the steering wheel. It's not lit up obviously because it's not wired in, but hear that click? I like knobs. That's cool. Chase, just go ahead and do that. We're gonna grab a Subway. We'll be right back.
Bring me one back, please.
Yeah, Sam, so just record these as long as you want to, because Andrew's gonna be the one that has to go through all this extra stuff that we're filming right here. Like when I do that. All right guys, we're finished up. 865 Diesel killed it on that. We'll put their contact info down in the description. I'm gonna walk you around the entire vehicle, show you all the little touches and what this thing looks like, show you some rollers, and then in future videos we'll go high speed off-road. We'll do everything. Actually, comment down below what you'd like to see us do with this truck. What kinds of videos do you want to see? Put them in the comments. No guarantees, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. The biggest change is the wheel and tire package. I know the stance changed quite a bit when you look at it from a broad perspective. Yes, with the nose being up and the rear being up just a little bit too, it does change the look. But the wheel and tire package, the Vision Korupt 405 in this satin bronze finish, this beadlock is not actually functional, but it does look functional. I don't want a functional beadlock on something I drive on the interstate and on the highway. You don't know, you have a wreck with that on there. The tire won't slip on the wheel. You might flip over, you might kill somebody. So don't actually run beadlocks down the highway all the time. If you see somebody doing that, it's kind of stupid. These wheels are 20s, so I've got Nitto Ridge Grappler, which is one of my all-time favorite tires. It's what we've run on our F250s for a very long time. These Ridge Grapplers are 37 inches tall, 12.5 inches wide. They're pretty daggone quiet. We're gonna be in the vehicle and I'll show you those on the road in just a second. You can't even hear them, maybe just a smidge above the factory tires, but when you get this much lift in the front and you still don't pick up a bunch of road noise, it's a good combination so far. So the Carli E-Venture system, you haven't seen this on a 23 F250 yet. If you're watching this anywhere near the time it got put out, we found out during the install, this is the first non-Carli owned or CJC off-road owned truck to get this actual kit. So there's a couple parts that we're still waiting on, not to handle how it drives right now, but on the knob that will adjust the different settings in the E-Venture. The reason to get the E-Venture is you do get adjustability. It is the top level system. It's priced that way accordingly, but you do have the big reserve reservoir. I have driven a couple hundred miles now, and I'll have to say the ride is probably between 1,000 and 2,000% better than what it was factory. I don't get any bounce in the rear end like I was. It chews bumps up and spits them out. So I'm very, very happy so far with how that works on road. Now, off-road, I haven't been able to put this thing to its paces yet. We're gonna do that. We'll do it in a video. You'll see all of it. You'll probably see it as I'm kind of figuring that out myself, but I do have a little bit of rubbing. That's to be expected when you put a 37 on. Got to take care of that first so I don't cut into these Ridge Grappler tires. I'm letting these rub at low speeds so that I can see what needs to be trimmed, and right now it looks like the bumper's gonna need a little trim here and then a little bitty piece in the back on the back of the fender well. We'll get all the trimming done, rewrap the bumper, and then we'll be able to go do high-speed stuff, off-road stuff, lots of articulation. I know this thing will go way up in here, but right now it hits really hard right here, and I just don't want to cut these tires. They cost more than my first house payment. The drop down steps, believe it or not, were a bigger upgrade over the Tremor steps than I thought they would be. They actually stick down way lower, and they're way fatter as far as wide and out from the vehicle. So that's been a big thing so far. The step up is still, you know, it's a big high lifted truck on 37s, but it's perfect to get in when it's shut right now. And the motors do run really quiet. They've ran perfect so far. So it's a super premium product, I guess you would say. On the profile of the truck looks higher because the actual Tremor step was down and out a little bit, so you had something all the way out to here, and now we're tucked in really tight. So I think it's best of both worlds. You get the drop down, you get the look of it being higher when you're not dropped down. I think it was a great decision. In the back, there's not much to see that you haven't already during the install. These leaf springs feel a lot better, but you can't tell a whole lot by looking at them. If you see the factory ones, they're gigantic, and unloading them out of this truck was like carrying a super fat guy that was dead that I had to move the body. It was dead weight, it was huge, it was heavy, it was bulky, cumbersome, and these weigh like way less. So I guess that's a weight reduction mod, but it does drive a whole lot better. The pistons on these shocks are so much thicker. So it just rides a lot more solid but cushy when you put it in off-road mode. I have been riding around in off-road mode mostly. So I mentioned we were early to get this kit. Carli is, I guess they already have it molded and they're about to send it out, but they wanted to test it on their trucks first. It's a piece that will replace some of what I have here, and it will make this mount up perfect. I have been able to use this already because 865 went ahead and pull tied it up here for me, so I can adjust the stiffness in the front and the rear. I can adjust the side to side movement, the front to back movement. But basically what I've been doing so far is just putting it in off-road mode, like Baja desert type mode, and it's a really good ride on the road, I think. So I'll get a lot more into that, read up on everything, and then when we do actually off-road, we'll tweak those settings. You got like a mountain off-road or driving on the street, and then you've also got the Baja deal, and that's kind of what I'm most excited about, is just ripping this thing and I guess saying I got a Raptor that's a F250. The airbags, well, we weren't able to put those on. Carli will make an airbag kit just for this E-Venture on the new 23 F250, but it wouldn't go. What we had ordered wouldn't go, and it's because this is actually a little bit different in how it mounts and sets up. So those are going back. We'll get a new set that's made just for this truck very soon. In the cab, like, there's so little tire noise that you're not going to be able to hear anything. The step up from 35s to 37s, that was kind of the reason I went with the Tremor package, because I did get a taller front and rear diff gear, and I didn't want to have to change a brand new truck out to that because I was adding bigger tires and I still wanted it to pull hard. This is perfect. It drives, I want to say, I think it drives better than factory, but it definitely doesn't struggle with the bigger tires at all. As far as the manners it has on the road, I'm on like a fairly curvy back road right now. It is pavement. We've not been able to, you know, like I said, trim this thing up and get out on some dirt yet. It's freaking awesome. Like, I wouldn't know that it wasn't a stock truck or better. Probably more like a Raptor F250 is the feel we get. But with this thing being lifted up another 2.5 inches in the front over what the Tremor was already, you know, higher, I think about 2 inches from the factory, and then now the rear is like 2 to 2.5 inches taller. We're way up in the air. We're on big old wide meaty tires. The offset on these wheels actually pokes us out just a little bit further, but we don't have any kind of weird driving or tram lining. Like, everything lined up perfectly at 865 diesel. I couldn't be happier so far with how it drives on the road. If you're curious about the green wrap on this vehicle, I'll put a video right here in this end card so you can see that process, how that went on. I've been blown away by the number of people that love this color so far. Some people hate it, a lot of people love it. And if you want to see the full playlist on this truck, I'll put it right here. Might only be a couple videos on when this one first goes out, but there's going to be a ton of content on this truck as we go into the future. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out one of these videos. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.